Thanks so much for starting off your week with us here on Up with KREM. I'm Channing Curtis.
And I'm Tim Pham. Well, we're starting off this new week with some fog. It was even pretty foggy yesterday on Sunday, but this morning that fog sticking around in certain parts of town. So this morning, Nicole Hernandez is in for meteorologist Thomas Patrick all this week. And Nicole, you're tracking some really dense fog, especially south of Spokane right now.
Yeah, so the fog is actually moving around right now. Every time I refresh this graphic, it gives me something new. Now, actual Spokane down to 6 miles of visibility here. So we are seeing that fog rolling into the more center Spokane area. West of Spokane, still at quarter-mile visibility. Same with Pullman area, Palouse area, quarter-mile visibility. Deer Park now at just a mile of visibility. Our Alizano, our photographer, he tweeted saying that the Spokane airport had a good amount of fog as well. So look out if you're heading out the door this morning. Be careful of driving conditions. The fog, of course, is bringing moisture and it's below freezing temperature, so that could mean slick roads as well. The National Weather Service says this fog could last through 11 this morning, so definitely going to be here through the bulk of our morning commute. Again, we also have those freezing temperatures. You can see that we're starting to get some sunlight now as the sun gets closer to sunrise. We're in the Coeur d'Alene area, but we're still cold with 29 degrees and that fog around as well. Across our region, we're at 23 in Wenatchee, 17 in Moses Lake, 29 in Spokane, 30 in Coeur d'Alene, and 34 in Sandpoint. And these are some of the warmest overnight temperatures we're going to see for the next week or so. So we'll talk about how cold we're getting later this week coming up.
Well, the city of Spokane's snowplow efforts continued this morning after they declared a full city plow on Saturday. This is a look at the plow map as it stands right now. So the sections that are there in blue, those are the areas that are currently being worked on. The finished neighborhoods are the ones that are highlighted in green, and the red sections are the ones that crews are headed to next. Now, crews will be working 24/7 on 2,200 lane miles of streets. If you would like to see this map for yourself, you can text us the word map to our number 509-448-2000, and we'll send you a link right to your phone. In the meantime, the city of Spokane Valley launched their full residential plow yesterday. According to the city, there are over 620 lane miles to plow, and that can take more than 48 hours to complete. So the city says that some of the city's east neighborhoods might not actually need to be fully plowed, but trucks and graders will drive and treat the roads with salt as needed.
Well, this morning, former WSU football coach Mike Leach is in the hospital after being admitted last night. Leach is now the head football coach, of course, at Mississippi State University after leaving WSU back in 2020. He was taken to a Jackson, Mississippi hospital yesterday for what the university is calling a, quote, personal health issue. Leach coached the Cougs for 8 seasons and is known for his air raid offense. The school says they have no further comment on Leach's condition, adding that the thoughts and prayers of the university are with Mike and his wife Sharon and their entire family. Well, following the news of his hospitalization, people still talking this morning on social media, sharing their support for Coach Leach. WSU Athletic Director Pat Chun posted a tweet on Twitter, sending prayers for Mike Leach from Pullman, keeping Coach Sharon and the entire Leach family in our thoughts and prayers. Meanwhile, the head football coach at the University of Houston, Dana Holgerson, tweeting out this: "My thoughts are with my mentor and colleague, and more importantly, my friend." Now, he coached alongside Leach at Texas Tech. And former WSU player Peyton Pallure tweeted out this picture of him and Coach Leach, saying, "To any and all, please pray for this man, Coach Leach. We love you. Keep battling." And the governor of Mississippi tweeting this, "Ringing a cowbell for my buddy Coach Leach tonight." This is a developing story, and we'll bring you any updates as we get them throughout the day here on Up with KREM and on KREM.com.
It has been a month since 4 University of Idaho students were murdered in a house near campus. As Moscow police work around the clock investigating, families of graduating U of I students gathered on Saturday for the school's winter commencement. The university also took a moment to recognize the students who were killed.
It's been a tough few weeks for our campus, and before we proceed, I'd like to acknowledge an enormous loss in our Vandal family. Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Maddie Mogan, and Kaylee Gonsalves were taken from us far too soon by a senseless act of violence.
Moscow police said that they did add more security resources on campus and in town as people came to Moscow for the graduation. Now they are reminding people once again to stay vigilant as they continue investigating.
And investigators are still looking for information regarding the biggest break in the case so far. Take a look at your screen here. Authorities want to speak with the people who were inside a white Hyundai Elantra. They believe this car was near the King Road home around the time of the murders. It's important to note, though, here that these are stock photos of the vehicle, not the actual one police are looking for. Investigators believe whoever was inside that car could have critical information about the case.
But this is a vehicle that we know was there in those early morning hours, and to have that vehicle and that person in that area, obviously that is someone that could really shed a lot of light on the events that early morning and also in the hours, before the murder itself and the day before, potentially.
Right now, no suspects have been identified and no arrests have been made. If you have any information that can help in this case, call the tip line. That's 208-883-7180.
It's 7:07 right now. Let's take a look at your morning rush. More news in less time. Western Washington health leaders are issuing new recommendations for masks indoors this winter. So people living in King, Snohomish, and Pierce counties are advised to wear a mask indoors due to the high level of respiratory viruses that are circulating. They include the flu, RSV, and COVID-19. According to the Washington State Department of Health, flu deaths have surged with 26 deaths at the beginning of this month. Well, 25 years. That's how long Yashir Daraji's prison sentence is for murdering his ex-wife and setting her car on fire. The jury previously found Daraji guilty of second-degree murder and harassment. He now has less than 30 days to file an appeal. Well, if you heard what sounded like gunshots in northwest Spokane on Sunday, we might have the answer for you. A garage fire broke out just before 3 yesterday afternoon, causing gunpowder inside that garage to go off. According to Spokane fire officials, they still don't know what caused the fire, but they do know that no one was hurt, and fire crews were able to contain the fire to the garage. And that's a look at your morning rush.
Well, check this out. Manitou Park flipped on their holiday lights over the weekend. And today, though, is the last day you can catch the event from the comfort of your car, and it will be nice and warm, too. Well, the half-mile route showcases beautiful lights all throughout the park. Take a look. The last drive-through event runs tonight from 6 to 9:30 p.m. After that, you'll still be able to enjoy them, but it will be a walk-through event instead. That runs from tomorrow through this Saturday from 5 to 8 p.m. And this leads to our wake-up call question of the morning. It's not just at Manitou that has great holiday lights. We know that many people have lights up all across town and have some great displays on their homes and even their vehicles there, you can see. And it looks like even the pets are getting fun and festive for the holidays and getting in that holiday spirit. So show us your decorations. Let's light up the airwaves this morning on Up with KREM. You can text us at 509-448-2000.